Welcome student to the 12th standard. This year we have to study the microprocessor. The name of the microprocessor is 8085 or it is also called as 8085. First we have to understand how many address lines are there in 8085 or 8085 and how many data lines are there in 8085. To understand the purpose of address, how address are represented, how data is represented in 8085. First we begin with one example. Suppose we are having two blocks. Here we are having two blocks and we have to give address for that two blocks in terms of binary number system. The address of the first block is given as 0 and the address of the second block is given as 1. That means to specify any particular memory block, this is called as memory block, a single address line is sufficient. If that single address line carries a logical signal 0, then the first memory block will be selected, and if that single address line carries a signal logical 1, then the second block is selected. Now go for the next example. Now suppose you are having 4 blocks 1, 2, 3 and 4, and again you have to give the addresses for that block in terms of binary number system. Every time start with the 0 and every time go incrementing the binary number by 1. The address of the first block is taken as 0, 0. The address of the second block is taken as 0, 1. It gets incremented by 1. The address of the third block is taken as 1, 0 and address of the fourth block is taken as 1, 1. To get these 4 different unique combinations, you required 2 address lines. And on these 2 address lines, if signal 0, 0 is there, the first block is selected. If signal 0, 1 is there, the second block is selected. If signal 1, 0 is there, the third block is selected. And if signal 1, 1 is there, the fourth block is selected. Now similarly go for the third example. Now you are having 8 different blocks, and that 8 different blocks are to be given unique addresses in terms of binary number system. And to give 8 unique different addresses in the binary number system, you require 3 bits. The address of the first block is 0, 0, 0. The address of the second block gets incremented by 1, but by the binary number system, that is 0, 0, 1. Next is 0, 1, 0. Next is 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1, 1. That means we begin with 0, 0, 0 and we end at 1, 1, 1. We get 8 different unique combination of 0 and 1 which specify a particular memory block. That means if you are having 3 address lines, you can give addresses for 8 different blocks. If you are having 2 address lines, you can give unique address to the 4 different blocks, and if you are having a single address line, you can give addresses to 2 different blocks. Now generalize this. You are having 1 address line, 2 blocks can be given a unique address. You are having 2 address line, 4 blocks can be given a unique address. If you are having 3 address lines, 8 blocks can be given a unique address. Now while generalizing, here 2 is nothing but 2 raised to 1, here 4 is nothing but 2 raised to 2, here 8 is nothing but 2 raised to 3. This means if you are having 3 lines, 2 raised to number of address lines can be given unique addresses in terms of combination of 0 and 1. Now one common thing is there. As address line increases by 1, the number of blocks that can be given unique addresses, it gets double. From 1 to 2 it becomes 2 to 4. From 2 to 3 it becomes 4 to 8. Similarly, if you are having 4 address lines, 16 different memory blocks can be given unique address. That 16 is nothing but 2 raised to 4. 5 you can give 32 6, 64, 7, 128, 8, 256, 9, 512, 10, 1024, and that 1024 is nothing but 1k. K stands for kilo. In general, kilo means 1000, but in computer, kilo means 1024. Now, the address line becomes 11. The number gets become double. 2k, 12 address lines, 4k, 13 address lines, 8k, 14 address lines, 16k, 15 address lines, 32k, and 16 address lines, 64k. We are going up to only 16 address lines because the microprocessor which we are going to study is having 16 address lines. Now, as you are having 16 address lines, you can give address to 64 different memory location. That means 64k means 64 multiplied by 1024. This is the size of memory. Now we are having 16 address lines. That means in terms of binary, if that number is to be represented of the first memory location, how we represent that address? You have to put 16 times 0. While putting that 16 times 0, we make the group of 4 bits. Here address of the first memory location, address of the first block equal to 0, 0, 0, 0, again combination of 0, 0, 0, 0, again combination of 0, 0, 0, 0, and again combination of 0, 0, 0, 0. Now last year we studied how the binary number can be converted in terms of hexadecimal number. The procedure is that from LSB, that is least significant bit, to MSB, that is most significant bit, make the group of binary bits of 4. Group of 4, group of 4, group of 4 bits, and group of 4 bits. For each group of 4 bit, you have to write its hexadecimal equivalent. For this 0, 0, 0, 0, hexadecimal equivalent is 0. Second combination, hexadecimal is 0. Third combination, hexadecimal equivalent is 0. Fourth combination, hexadecimal equivalent is 0. It means instead of putting 16 times 0, that is the address of first memory location, we can write that memory location in hexadecimal form as 0000H. H stands for hexadecimal. What is the address of next memory location? All these 3 groups are having value 0. The value gets incremented by 1. Here it becomes 1. And this can be written in hexadecimal form. It becomes 0, 0, 0 and 1. Next address, all the 3 groups are having 0. The next combination is 0, 0, 1, 0. It gets incremented by 1. And in hexadecimal form it becomes 0, 0, 0, 2. H. H stands for hexadecimal. Now these are the addresses of the memory location that can be available in 8085 microprocessor. 8085 microprocessor can accessible memory location from 0000H to FFFFH. Now go on incrementing the address. Suppose this particular block is having address in hexadecimal form as 27A9H. How it is represented in binary form? Write the equivalent in binary using 4 bits. For 2 it becomes 0010. Write equivalent for 7 using 4 bits in binary, it becomes 0111. Write equivalent of A using 4 bits, it becomes 1010. Write equivalent of 9 using 4 bits, it becomes 1001. And so on. This is the address of this particular block written in terms of hexadecimal form, that is 542B, and it is written in terms of binary. Here is the address of the next memory location taken as C700H, and here it is written in terms of binary. This is the address of the last memory block, that is all are having values 1, that means FFFFH. These are the addresses written in terms of hexadecimal form. That means to represent the address, you required 4 hexadecimal digits. That 4 hexadecimal digits equal to 16 bits, and that 16 bits equal to 2 bytes. That means to represent the address in 8085, as we are having 16 address lines, that address is represented with the help of 4 hexadecimal digits, that is equal to 16 bits, that is equal to 2 bytes. Now, these are the memory locations, and in that memory location we can store the number or we can retrieve the number from that memory location. Suppose in this particular memory location we are having a number 38 in hexadecimal form. The number is represented in terms of hexadecimal form, but actually the number in that particular memory location is stored in binary form. Again, I am going to repeat the same sentence. It is very important. The number we are going to represent in hexadecimal form, but actually number in that memory location is stored in binary form. That means 38 is the number stored in this particular memory location. The 38, 3 means 0, 0, 1, 1, and 8 means 1, 0, 0, 0. Each memory location can accommodate only 8-bit number. That means 2 hexadecimal digits. Memory, to represent the memory, we required 4 hexadecimal digits, that is 16 bytes, that is equal to 16 bits, that is equal to 2 bytes, and the number in that memory location is represented with the help of 2 hexadecimal digits, that is equal to 8 bits, and that is equal to 1 byte. That is equal to 1 byte. Now, we summarize this part. If you are having only one address line, the memory location, accessible memory locations are 2. If it carries a logical signal 0, then the first memory block is selected. If it carries a logical signal 1, then second memory block is selected. 2 address lines, we can accessible memory location becomes 4. 3 address lines, accessible memory location becomes 8. 4 address lines, it becomes 16. 5, it becomes 32. 6 address lines, 64. For 7, 128. 8, 256. 9, 512. 10, 1024. Every time as the address line increases by 1, the accessible memory location gets double of the previous. The microprocessor which we are going to study in 12th standard is 8085. That 8085 is having 16 address lines. That means accessible memory locations are 64K. K stands for kilo. Now 16 address lines are there. The address, 16 address lines. The memory address of the first memory location, 16 times 0. It is represented in hexadecimal form. Next, 15 times 0 and 1 represented in hexadecimal form. 14 times 0, 1, 0 represented in hexadecimal form. This is memory location represented in hexadecimal form as 27A9. In the binary, it is represented as 2 equal to 0010, because for each and every digit of hexadecimal is to be represented with the help of 4 bits. 7 0777, A 1010, and 9 1001. Now each memory location can accommodate only 8-bit number. 8-bit number, that means 2 hexadecimal digit. 8-bit number equal to 2 hexadecimal digit, that is equal to 1 byte. Suppose in this particular memory location number 38 is there. Number 38, is equal to 0011 and 1000. The number is displayed in hexadecimal form, but actually the number is stored in binary form. This is all about how the memory is represented using 4 hexadecimal digits, that is equal to 2 bytes. The next part which we are going to study is related to the flags. And to understand what are the flags, how they are affected, first we have to know what do you mean by registers, what do you mean by memory. It is a very easy part. Now, this 8085 microprocessor can access how many memory locations? 64K memory location starting from 0000 to FFFFH. Just now I explained any memory location can hold only one byte number that is equal to 2 hexadecimal digit number. This is called as data size. That is equal to 8 bits. Similarly, this microprocessor is having 7 blocks, or say as boxes. And these boxes can also accommodate only one byte number, that is 2 hexadecimal digit, that is equal to 8 bits. And these boxes are called as registers. These boxes are called as registers. Here in 8085 we are having 7 general purpose registers. And each register can accommodate, or we can store, one byte number, that is equal to 2 hexadecimal digit number, or that is equal to 8 bit number. Now the name of that registers A, B, C, D, E, H and L. A stands for accumulator. All arithmetical logical operation takes place in accumulator. That part we are going to study afterwards, but just remember that all arithmetical and logical operation in 8085 are going to take place in accumulator. Now these registers A, B, C, D, E, H, L hold 1 byte number. We can transfer the number, we can transfer the data from register to register, or register to memory, or from memory to register. That means the number from register A can be transferred to B, C, D, E, H, L, or itself also. Number from A can be copied to A. Similarly, number can be transferred from B to A, B to B, B to C, B to D, B to E, B to H, B to L. When I use the word number is transferred, at that time the physically number from that particular register is transferred to register B. That does not take place. The number is copied. Suppose in register A, the number is there, that number is there for, suppose example, the number 78 is there in hexadecimal form. And when I transfer the number from register A to register B, or register A to register D, or any other general purpose register, at that time the 78 number remains in accumulator also. The copy of that number gets transferred. It copies the number. When I use the word number from register A is transferred to register B, number in register A 78 remains, and the number in register B also becomes equal to 78. That part we are going to see afterwards. First we have to study what are the flags and how the flags gets affected in 8085. The flag is single bit status register. Again I repeat, the flag is single bit status register. When we use the word register, it means the capacity is equal to 8 bit. Here one diagram is drawn for register. This is the diagram for register. This is the least significant bit represented with the D0, next bit is represented with the D1, next bit is a D2, next bit is a D3, D4, D5, D6 and D7. This is called as flag register. In 8085 we are having 5 flags. Name of the flag: sign flag, zero flag, auxiliary carry flag, parity flag and carry flag. That means here register is having capacity of 8 bit and we are having 5 flags. That means here 3 bits of that flag register are unused, or it is also called as a don't care condition. Let us take the example how the flag gets affected. Now let in register A number FF is there. How to store the number, how to bring the number in that particular register, that part we are going to study afterwards. But at present let the accumulator register A is having number FF and register B is having number 03. Now register A is having number FF. The FF is represented in binary form as 1111 1111 basis 2 and B contained data 03. It is represented in binary form as 0000 and 0011. Now let execute the instruction add B. I will explain what is add B. Add means we have to perform the addition. The content of register B, content means the number stored in register B, gets added to the content of accumulator. That means number stored in accumulator and result is stored in accumulator. That means for example FF plus 03, whatever addition you will get, that addition, that number is again going to stored in accumulator. It means the contents of accumulator after execution of the instruction changes, but the content of register B remains the same. The accumulator is having number FF, the register B is having number 03. Accumulator is represented in binary form. Register B, the content of register B is represented in binary form. Add B instruction gets executed. Add B instruction gets executed. That means the contents, that means number in register B is added to the contents of accumulator, and whatever result you will get, that result is stored in accumulator. Now perform the addition. 1 plus 1 0, carry over 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 1, carry over 1. 1 plus 1 0, 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 carry over 1. 1 plus 1 0 and carry over 1. Now just now I explained the accumulator can accommodate only 8 bits. 0000, that means 0 in hexadecimal form. 0010, that means 2 in hexadecimal form. That means the content of accumulator after execution of add B becomes 02 H. H means hexadecimal. This is The number stored in accumulator after execution of add B instruction. Previously, the number before execution of the instruction, the number in accumulator is FFH. After execution of the instruction, the contents of accumulator becomes 0 to H. Now, let us go for flag. First is sign flag. After execution of the instruction, if answer is negative, then sign flag will set. What is flag? Single bit status register. After execution of add B instruction, this is the answer. This answer is not having a negative value. As this answer is not having a negative value, the sign flag becomes 0. If answer is negative, then the sign flag will become 1, and if answer is positive, the sign flag becomes 0. Next, after execution of the instruction, if contents of accumulator become 0, then 0 flag set, otherwise reset. Here answer is not 0, therefore 0 flag reset. Reset means 0 and set means 1. Auxiliary carry. Here you have to understand auxiliary carry. If carry is generated from 4th bit to 5th bit, then auxiliary carry flag will set. Here 1 plus 1 0 and carry generated. This is called as, the group of 4 is called as a nibble. The group of 4 is called as nibble. If carry is generated from first nibble to second nibble, or if carry is generated from 4th bit to 5th bit, auxiliary carry flag will set. Here auxiliary carry flag will set because carry is generated from 4th bit to 5th bit. Next, parity flag. After execution of the instruction, if the content of accumulator contains even number of ones, if 1 is present even times, these are the 8 bits of accumulator after execution of the instruction. Here 1, if 1 is present even times, then parity flag set. But here 1 is present only once, that means odd times, therefore parity flag reset. Last one is called as carry flag. Carry flag, that means if carry is generated from 8th bit, that is called as most significant bit, then carry flag will set, otherwise carry flag will reset. In this example, 1 plus, go for the last bit, most significant bit, 1 plus 1 0 and carry generated. As carry generated from most significant bit, the carry flag will set. Here carry generated from most significant bit, therefore carry flag will set. Here it becomes 1. What is carry? Single bit status register. After execution of the instruction, what you will get, what type of answer you will get? The answer is negative, or it contains 0, or number of ones is present odd times or even times, or if carry generated from 4th bit to 5th bit, or if carry generated from most significant bit. That information we get with the help of flags. We are having 5 flags. A register is having 8 bits, therefore 3 bits are kept as it is. They are called as don't care condition. Now here the position of sign flag is S equal to D7, that is most significant bit of flag register represents sign. Next bit represents 0, don't care condition. Then it represents auxiliary carry, don't care condition. Then it represents parity, don't care condition, and then it represents carry. In this particular example, the sign flag is 0, therefore put here 0. Here 0 flag is having value 0, therefore put here 0. Here don't care condition or kept blank as it is. Here auxiliary carry having value 1, therefore put at 1. Don't care condition, parity equal to 0, put here 0. Don't care condition, carry flag equal to 1, therefore put here 1. Again I will explain same part. Accumulator is having value FF, register B is having value 03, FF is represented in binary form, 03 is represented in binary form. Add B instruction gets executed, the number from register B is added to accumulator, and whatever result you will get, it is stored in accumulator. Depending upon the answer, the flags, that means single bit status registers, are set or reset. When sign flag will set, if answer is negative, it's set. When zero flag will set, if content of accumulator becomes 0, it will set. When auxiliary carry flag will set, if carry is generated from 4th to 5th bit, it will set. When parity flag will set, if 1 is present even times, then parity flag set. When carry flag will set, if carry is generated from most significant bit, that is 8 bit to 9 bit, then carry flag will set. In this example, sign equal to 0 because answer is not negative, 0 flag equal to 0 because answer is having other than 0 value, auxiliary carry flag equal to 1 because carry is generated from 4th to 5th bit, parity flag equal to 0 because 1 is present odd times, carry flag equal to 1 because carry is generated from 8 bit to 9th bit. Now let us go for the next example. This is the example of add B example. Now go for the next example. This is the example. I will explain this example in two different ways. You know the subtraction. Let content of A, that means number present in accumulator equal to 04H. Represent this number in binary form 00000100. Content of register D, that means number present in register D equal to 08H. Represent that number in binary form 00001000. Now execute the instruction sub D. SUB means subtract. What you have to subtract? The number present in register D is to be subtracted, and that number present in register D is to be subtracted from accumulator, and result is stored in accumulator. I am going to explain this example in two different ways. Listen carefully. Now subtract D, that means you are going to subtract a bigger number from a smaller number. Here I am writing content of accumulator A 00000100 00000100. From that we have to subtract content of register D, number present in register D, that is 08. In binary form, I will write the number 00001000. Now this number is smaller. We have to borrow from the 9th bit. We have to take here as 1. When we take here as 1, when it goes to this position, it becomes 10. Already the subtraction we studied in 11th standard: binary subtraction, hexadecimal subtraction, octal subtraction. Cut it, here you will get 1, here it becomes 10. cut it, here it remains 1, here it becomes 1 0, cut it, here it remains 1, here it becomes 1 0, cut it, here it remains 1, here it becomes 1 0. 1 0 is nothing but 2 in decimal. Now subtract the number. 0 is subtracted from 0. 0 is subtracted from 0. 0 is subtracted from 1, you will get 1. Here from 1 0 you are subtracting 1, here you will get 1. 0 is subtracted from 1, 0 is subtracted from 1, 0 is subtracted from 1, 0 is subtracted from 1. Here you will get answer as F and C. Here you will get answer as F and C. When subtraction takes place and if the most significant bit is having value 1, it means the answer is negative and it is in 2's complement form. I am repeating. After subtraction, if the most significant bit is having value 1, it means the answer is negative and in 2's complement form This is the answer. To get the magnitude of the answer, you have to find out the 2's complement of this number FC. You will get the magnitude. That part I am going to explain. Now, how the flags are set and reset. That part we will see afterwards. First, the same example, how we get the same answer here with the help of 2's complement arithmetic. I will explain it. Now here number 8. I am writing number 8. Find the 2's complement of 1's complement of 8. Find the 1's complement of 8. What is the procedure to find 1's complement of any number? Each bit of the number is to be subtracted from 1. Or the alternative method is there. Replace 0 by 1 and 1 by 0. Replace 0 by 1 and 1 by 0. You will get 1's complement of 8. Now 2's complement of 8. Add 1 to the 1's complement. Add 1 to the 1's complement. 1 plus 1, 0. Carry over 1. 1 plus 1, 0. Carry over 1. 1 plus 1, 0. Carry over 1. Here 1 as it is. 1, 1, 1, 1 as it is. This is the 2's complement of 8. This is the 2's complement of 8. Why we find out the 2's complement of 8? Because that number is to be subtracted. Now 4 minus 8 is nothing but 4 plus 2's complement of 8. This part we studied in 11th standard. 4 minus 8 is nothing but 4 plus 2's complement of 8. Now write down the 4 as it is. This is the 4, number 4. It is written as it is. Now this is the 2's complement of 8. 2's complement of 8 is to be added. Add the 2's complement. Add the 2's complement. Perform the addition. 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 0, 0, 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0, 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 1. 4 times 1, 4 times 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. You are getting the same answer, FC. Here, most significant bit is 1, which we studied in 11th standard. When most significant bit is 1, the answer is negative. When most significant bit is 1, the answer is negative. As the answer is negative, the sign flag will set. As the answer is negative, the sign flag will set. As the answer is negative, the sign flag is set. Here, subtraction is explained while taking borrow, and here subtraction is explained with the help of 2's complement arithmetic. You are getting the same answer. Now, the answer after performing the mathematical instruction, the contents of accumulator does not become 0, therefore 0 flag reset. Carry is not generated from 4th bit to 5th bit, therefore auxiliary carry flag reset. How many times 1 is present? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 1 is present. 6 times 1 is present, therefore parity flag is set. And in the subtraction, we are taking a borrow from the 9th bit. In subtraction, carry acts as a borrow. Remember one thing, in subtraction, carry represents the borrow. Here we are taking a borrow from 9th bit. Therefore, carry flag will set. We are taking a borrow from the 9th bit. Carry acts as a borrow. We are taking 1 from here. Therefore, carry flag will set. This is the example how flags are set and reset. This example of subtraction is explained with the help of two different methods. One, take the borrow, and one with the help of 2's complement arithmetic. With the help of taking borrow and with the help of 2's complement arithmetic, we are getting the same answer. Here answer is FC. Here also you are getting the answer is FC. But here 1 is there at the most significant bit. It represents the answer is negative and it is in 2's complement form. To get the magnitude, find out the 2's complement of the answer. To find out the magnitude, find out the 2's complement of the answer. How to find out the 2's complement? First you have to find out the 1's complement. 1 is replaced by 0 and 0 is replaced by 1. 1 is replaced by 0, 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 0, 0 replaced by 1. This is 1's complement. Add 1 to it. 1 plus 1, 0, carry over 1, 1 plus 1, 0, carry over 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. Here the number is equal to 4. The magnitude is 4, but negative. That means 0, 4 minus 0, 8 equal to minus 4. Here you are getting 4. Here 1 is there, that means answer is negative. Okay, this is all about how the flags are set and reset. Again I will repeat how flags are set and reset. After execution of the instruction, if answer is negative, sign flag set, otherwise reset. After execution of the instruction, if answer is 0, 0 flag set, otherwise reset. After execution of the instruction, if carry is generated from 4th bit to 5th bit, auxiliary carry flag will set, otherwise reset. After execution of the instruction, if 1 is present, even times parity flag will set, otherwise reset. After execution of the instruction, if carry is generated from most significant bit, that is 8th bit to 9th bit, carry flag will set, otherwise reset. What is the flag? It is a single bit status register. The position of the flag in flag register are explained here. Sign, 0, don't care, or it is also called as unused. Auxiliary carry, don't care or unused. Parity, don't care or unused, and carry flag. In this example, sign equal to 0, 0 equal to 0, auxiliary carry equal to 1, parity equal to 0, and carry equal to 1. And in this example of subtraction, in subtraction, here what we take, a number which is to be subtracted is bigger. In this particular example, the answer is FC, most significant bit is 1, answer is negative, sign flag set, answer does not having value 0, 0 flag reset. Auxiliary carry is not generated, reset. 1 is present, even times. We are taking the borrow, carry acts as a borrow, therefore this flag set. One more part I will tell you. It will helpful while going for assembly language program. Now here, just now I tell you the number can be transferred from register to register, register to memory, or memory to register. But the direct transfer of number from a particular memory location to another memory location is not possible. That means suppose at memory location 2400 a number A9 is there and you have to transfer it to 2700H memory location. This is the memory location which holds the number A9, and that A9 number is to be transferred to memory location 2700. The direct transfer of number from one memory location to another memory location is not possible. For that purpose, what you have to do? First, you have to transfer the number from memory location to any one of the general purpose register, and from that general purpose register to the required desired memory location. That means the transfer of a number from register to register, register to memory, and memory to register is possible, but the transfer of number from directly memory to memory is not possible. In the next lecture, we are going to study different types of instructions. The types of instructions are divided into different groups. First group is called as logical group. That logical group is having 13 instructions, and that 13 instructions, one by one, I will explain in detail, taking one example for each and every instruction. Thank you. Go through this video twice and I will give the question. You try to answer the questions